I'm going to explain why I got into trading, and after finally becoming profitable, why it was the hardest thing I've ever done. Most people don't randomly decide to trade. There's usually a trigger, and for me it was my health. My health condition had deteriorated. The spinal cord stimulator that I had inserted started to overstimulate and create pain signals that shouldn't have even been there. My healthcare team and myself had no idea that this was happening. It went on for around 12 months. I was pretty much forced to stay at home and I couldn't manage my own daily tasks. I couldn't sit at a desk and I couldn't work normally. I've worked in allied health for about 20 years and luckily I was able to continue working from home 3 days a week. However, I had to do that lying down all day in a beanbag, hence the name. I'm still dealing with this condition at the moment, but I'm more mobile. I still work lying down, just in a better reclined workstation. That feeling I had at the time of not being able to survive financially and how I was going to support my family was scary. So I knew I needed to come up with an alternative, but it had to be something I could do lying down. I'd never seen a chart before. I had no idea about trading. I wrote a one-page plan and I spoke to my brother about it. Now he's a self-employed producer, business owner, so very different to me. I've always had stable income that I can rely on. So for me, doing anything where I don't know how much income's coming in is very different. He mentioned that someone he knew had done well in a crypto trading course. At the time, I wasn't that interested. But then I thought, what have I actually got to lose? I've got all this time, so I might as well do something with it. So I took this online course from an Australian trader. Basically, retail strategies, things like Fibonacci retracement, trend following strategy, and there was a breakout strategy too. So I learned a lot of the basics here. They were very good at risk management and they drilled that into everybody. So that was a good thing, along with journaling. But my first year, completely unprofitable. Yeah, of course I had winning trades, but that year was red overall. I understood how to read charts. I understood indicators. I understood the strategies that they had and a lot of candlestick patterns and things like that. I had my wall covered with strategies, the checklist, everything. But I genuinely thought, this is impossible. How is anyone going to be profitable using this strategy? Now remember, I was doing all this lying down, okay, in severe pain. I had to stop around 2 or 3 p.m. most days because the pain was too strong. After this period, I fell into the area of psychology. I started reading books like Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas, podcast, audio books. I was digesting it all. Journaling was full on, relentless. I journaled every single trade from the very first one I took. I never stopped. So that's been a good data capture source for me. As I worked from home, I even used meetings as time to review trades and journal. After that, I transitioned over to forex and ICT. I watched all the videos, I summarized the videos, I printed the notes, I laminated the notes, I made them into a folder. I took it like a university degree. ICT went a lot better than the other retail strategies, and I didn't feel like I was wasting my time now. I was somewhat profitable and felt that yes, it's possible to make money using these strategies, but I just wasn't there yet. Eventually, I found what works for me, where I am now. So today I trade futures. I'm primarily scalping. So I use volume profile and order flow tools like Bookmap. I've reduced my trading window to about an hour a day. That's it. I trade the end of the New York session, which for me in Australia is early morning. If I lose, I stop. If I win, I stop. I still struggle emotionally on those red days, which is the main thing I have trouble with, but my risk is much more controlled and my process is tight. I much prefer having that shorter window that I just turn up each day and do what I'm meant to do. So what's the plan for 2026 and beyond? Even though I'm somewhat profitable, I want to be clear. I'm definitely not where I want to be yet. I haven't taken a significant payout, although I've had payouts, looked at them, and not actually taken them, and then blown the account. These are the things I need to fix up. So this year, I'm going to add a wider range of prop firm accounts, connect them together using TradeSyncer, or trade them all with tiered aggressiveness. At the same time, I'm going to build my personal account and trade consistently alongside the prop firms. So what's the key message here? Well, what I recommend if you're starting out, first of all, you've got to put in the work. It's going to be relentless work and a lot of it with no reward in the beginning at all for a long time. And that's normal. Second thing is you need to have a job. You can't rely on trading income initially early on. If you do, you're going to sabotage yourself and you're going to be blowing accounts up left, right and center. You need to treat this like you're getting a degree. And I know this personally. I didn't do well at school. That didn't mean too much. I managed to get several degrees, a master's degree in the end as well. All of this while in chronic pain, lying down in lectures. So I'm putting the same effort in here. I treat this like education. Prop firm accounts, if I blow them, that's just the price of admission, the price of learning over time. Obviously, you've got to do this in a sustainable way. This channel is going to be about my journey, a real journey. So if you're on this path too, and most likely you are, just know you're not alone, and it's worth it. I realize that now.